Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News starts now.
Daylight saving time is officially over. Why the CHP says this marks the start of an important week when it comes to hitting the road.
And a local lawmaker held a special seminar all to help protect seniors from getting scammed by criminals and fake companies.
And kids from around the county are able to celebrate the community through an energy festival. We have a glimpse into the industry that employs thousands. Good morning and thanks for joining us for 23 ABC News at 6 a.m. I'm Danielle Kern.
And I'm Melissa Flores. We're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Elena Russ, get a look at our forecast, which is looking similar day after day, but different from last week.
Yes, because it's so bright right now?
Or well, that because it's bright and because last week it was so windy,
you know, Santa Ana winds. Yes, so those are gone, thankfully. Yes, but just dry, sunny, stable, stubborn, boring. I like the years I want. But the nice thing is, because I like it like fall, that's really nice in the mornings. It's and you head out in your boots and your jeans and your sweater and look all cute, and then in the afternoon you're like, where are my shorts and flip-flops again? But my kids don't mind that because they're out running around at the playground. The kids really like coming home from school, playing with their friends outside. It's sunny, stable, air quality back to the moderate range today. So as you're waking up right now, you see that early morning glow. We're at 50 this morning. That's coat weather for us here on the valley floor. It's in the 30s up in the mountains, so you're going to need those thicker coats. But with this dry pattern and that high and low still in place offshore, it leaves us pretty stagnant. So air quality again is moderate at 100. We'll go ahead and take it, but keep in mind that 101 is unhealthy for sensitive groups. So if you do have those sensitive lungs and you're feeling still a little kind of hard of breathing today, this is why. The air quality really not changing much throughout the week. There is no burning allowed unless you have a registered device today. And then look at those 70s for much of the day, briefly topping out at 81 here at 3 p.m. Again, great for the kids, but it gets dark at 5. So after that, temperatures drop dramatically once again overnight. We'll talk more about this pattern that doesn't change very much well into the weekend coming up. But for now, with your traffic, we are seeing that things in the county are doing okay. But as we come down to Bakersfield View, we're just getting a new report of a crash near the 204 and 99. I'll watch that for you.
Authorities want to make drowsy driving a national conversation, and they're getting the message out just as daylight saving time ends. They say the time change usually presents a higher risk of crashes. You might remember there's been several incidents involving drowsy driving that sparked national attention. This is the scene in 2014 when comedian Tracy Morgan was seriously injured and another person killed after a tractor trailer slammed into their limousine in New Jersey. The National Transportation Safety Board saying the driver of that tractor trailer had been awake for 28 hours straight. Then there was this video in August showing a driver appearing to be asleep behind the wheel of an autonomous Tesla on Interstate 5 near Santa Clarita.
So because of that time change, the California Highway Patrol declaring this week Drowsy Driver Prevention Week. Officers reminding drivers about the dangers of getting behind the wheel when you haven't had enough sleep, saying it's putting yourself and others at risk.
23 ABC's Austin Westfall has the recommendations from CHP when staying safe on the road.
If you are drowsy driving, again, it could be as deadly as someone who chooses to drink and drive.
Officer Robert Rodriguez with California Highway Patrol Bakersfield says drowsy driving crashes are frustrating because they're some of the most preventable kinds of accidents that CHP responds to. That's why they're partnering with other transportation agencies to raise awareness to get rest before you get behind the wheel.
It doesn't have to happen where you go off the roadway and crash. We don't want that to happen. We've had, in the last 3 years, we've had over 150 deaths attributed to people that are drowsy driving.
From 2016 to 2018, CHP says there was an average of nearly 7,000 collisions involving sleepy or fatigued drivers annually in California. Those crashes led to 167 deaths. Officer Rodriguez says there's a few signs that will tell if you're too sleepy to be on the road.
If your eyelids become heavy, you start to blink a lot, maybe your mind starts wandering, or maybe you can't remember a couple miles back what happened. All of a sudden you're in a different city and you don't even remember the city that you just came from.
He says if you're feeling that way, it's best to just pull over, find a safe and well-lit area to park your car, lock your doors.
And then just, even if it's a short cat nap, get some rest, get your wits about you.
But Officer Rodriguez says many drowsy driving accidents happen while there are other passengers in the car. In fact, sleepy passengers sometimes lead to trouble too.
You start to yawn, then the other person in the car starts to yawn. And so once everybody else is asleep and the driver's the only one that's awake, pretty soon the driver starts to give in.
And he says many of those situations involve families.
I've seen it to where an entire family is killed because the driver, usually the dad, falls asleep.
Austin Westfall, 23 ABC, connecting you.
Assemblyman Rudy Salas is doing his part to help protect seniors from becoming victims of fraud. Experts from various organizations, including the Bureau of Medical Fraud and Elder Abuse and the Bakersfield Police Department, all gathered for a seminar for seniors. They provided tips on how to protect against different types of fraud, such as identity theft, elder financial abuse, insurance scams, and more. One of the presenters who spoke about auto repair scams explained that seniors are most often targeted because of their vulnerability and their willingness to trust others.
They are more trusting. They seem to believe and trust anybody that's telling them or giving them information, whether it's regarding their automotive repairs or any other type of service. And they don't seem to do a lot of research on their own and seem to kind of believe and just go with whatever somebody is telling them or giving the information that they are.
They don't tend to.
Salas is scheduled to hold 3 more senior scam stopper seminars this month in Wasco, right here in Bakersfield and Lamont.
If you're looking for a new spot to enjoy your coffee and donuts this morning, we have just the place for you. This morning, the Bakersfield Vet Center is hosting a veteran coffee and donuts event. It's your chance to mix and mingle with our local veterans. Starts at 9 o'clock this morning. It's happening at 1110 Golden State Avenue.
And this week, the Kern County Museum will be hosting a lecture as part of their November lecture series. Get ready for murder, mayhem, and madness. Curator of Collections Lori Ware will give chilling details as she explores the darker side of Kern County's history. It's tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock, $10 for adults and $5 for kids.
For the last 4 months, Three-Way Chevrolet has partnered with Houchin Community Blood Bank for a giveaway that you do not want to miss. One lucky donor will be the rightful owner of this car that you see here. One blood donation from July through the end of October earned an entry to win this Chevy Spark. 4 potential winners will get the opportunity to choose one of 4 keys, and the winning key will be the one that starts the new engine's car. The 3 remaining donors will receive a $100 gas card provided by Houchin. So for those of you who donated in the past couple of months, head out to Three-Way Chevrolet at 11:30 tomorrow morning. That is so exciting. That's always so much fun to watch too.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the look on people's faces,
I know.
the suspense. It's like you get so invested in it.
And at least the people who don't get the card, they still get $100 in gas, which will last you like a whole day.
I was going to say, that's like a take in half. No, that's really cool and very generous for them to donate those cards to the winners who were not losers. All right, so with this, our offshore flow continues. So our weather pattern very stagnant for the next several days. If you're heading out there tomorrow to see if your key fits, we're at 50 right now and we'll climb to the 80s this afternoon. And tomorrow's the same. And then Thursday's the same. And then just keep saying that over and over again for the foreseeable future. There's really not a change at all in this weather pattern. So with that, the air is pretty stagnant because we have that dry desert breeze. So it does keep things moving just a little bit. It's not the blustery Santa Anas, thankfully, but it's also not a strong, fresh westerly wind to push the pollution out. So air quality back to the moderate range today with 100 on the index. You see 101 is unhealthy for sensitive groups. So take it easy on your lungs out there. There's no burning unless you have a registered device today. And we're getting up to that 81. And then tonight we drop to 51. And then tomorrow we're at 80. Again, not much change in the forecast. And I'll show you why coming up in your extended 10-day.
Oil and gas are 2 industries that call Kern County home, and now kids can learn more about those industries.
23 ABC's Daniela Garrido joins us live from the Kern County Museum with more on how you can take part in the Kern Energy Festival. Daniela?
That's right. Good morning. We're at the Kern County Museum. We're talking all about the Kern Energy Festival. It's going to be happening this weekend, and it is a great opportunity for the community to come out and get to know those industries that call Kern County home. So we're here with Council Member Willie Rivera. Willie, tell us a little bit what the motive behind this is.
Well, this is something that started back in 2015. We got together and we thought, we should highlight the fact that Kern County is the center of energy for California, not just from an oil and gas perspective, but also from a wind and solar perspective. So we got together, we decided we'd put on this free public event where folks from the community could come down, learn about those industries. Kids could come down, be a part of interactive exhibits, learn about the industry, even potentially explore taking a job in the industry in the future. So it's really an opportunity to come together, have a little bit of fun, celebrate what's so unique and important to Kern County, which is our energy industry, over here at the Kern County Museum.
So what do you think is the thing that people look forward to the most? Is there one specific exhibit that you think is going to stand out from the others?
I think probably the coolest is our equipment exhibit. So what we managed to do is just bring in a bunch of the stuff you'd only ever see in a field out on the west side of Kern County, not here in the city of Bakersfield, and we bring it into one place where kids can see it, they can touch it, they can take pictures with it, they can learn about it, and we'll have tons of big rigs, big tanks, drilling equipment, all sorts of things that we use on a daily basis in the energy industry right here at the museum.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Willie. Well, that sounds all so fun, and the best part about it is that it's free, and it's going to be happening this Saturday here at the Kern County Museum at 10 a.m. For now, we're live at the Kern County Museum. Daniela Garrido, 23 ABC News, connecting you.